Hi, welcome back to DIY Craft Time with Jenna. Today I'm going to show you how to make masks that you can either do on a sewing machine or you can sew by hand if you do not have access to a sewing machine. The process is the same, you just would be using a needle and thread, but I'm going to be making it today on my sewing machine. I'm going to show you two different kinds that you can make out of an old t-shirt. I'm going to go ahead and get my workspace set up for you. So I have here three different types of patterns. Two have been printed off the internet and one I have made myself based on my own measurements. So if you do not have access to a printer, do not worry about that. You can make your own homemade one. How this one was made was taking the measurement from the middle of my nose to the bottom of my chin and adding a couple inches. I added about 6 centimeters because that was the video that I found. It was in centimeters. So this is 17 centimeters. And then this is the length between my left ear and my right ear, which is about 25 centimeters. This pattern already includes a seam allowance. For those that understand what that means, that is the room to sew around the item. This is the one we're gonna make today, but I wanted to show you these other ones as well. This one is another one that I found on the internet, and this one has it where you scrunch it up in the center to make it like the surgical masks that they are wearing in the hospitals, and the elastic gets attached at the 4 corners. This is the one that most people are making, and like I said, is available online. This was from Kate Sew, sorry, and she has this free with directions on her website. This other one, it makes the one that some other people are seeing where it has that curved shape to go around your nose, and it comes in 3 different sizes. I found that this one doesn't fit my face as well for the 2 that I've made out of this already, so that is why this time I've decided to make one that was meant for my face shape. So what we're gonna do is I'm using an old t-shirt that has seen better days. It's got some paint stains and some holes, so it'll give it a little bit more life. I'm gonna go ahead and lay this out flat and lay my pattern piece that I made on it. I'm gonna take my marking chalk. If you don't have marking chalk, you can go ahead and just use a pen to mark on the garment as well. Now that I've marked the shape, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Not needing the rest of the shirt, I'm going to go ahead and move that away. So now I have 2 layers, which is the most ideal for wearing a mask. I'm going to go ahead and take this over to my sewing machine now, and I'm going to sew along the 2 longest edges here. So I'm going to be sewing this at a 3/8 inch seam allowance if you're using a sewing machine. If you're doing it by hand, again, you're just going to, try not to sew too close to the edge, about right in there. And now I'm going to sew the other side. If I wanted to leave these splotch paint marks on the outside to make it cool, I could have flipped these around so that the 2 outside pieces of the fabric were together, but I've decided I'm going to hide them on the inside. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim my threads. Turn my sewing machine off. And now what I'm gonna do is flip this so the outside is now facing inside, and I have 2 good pieces on the outside. Next one I'm gonna do is take my centimeter and inch ruler. Again, the video that I found online was in centimeters, so I'm gonna continue to work in centimeters. It says mark 3 centimeters in on both sides of the item. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead trying to decide what I want to do here. And I'm going to go ahead, because it's a little bit nasty on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that side to my face. So I'm going to fold this in this way. I'm going to go grab some pins. I don't have to worry too much about these raw edges showing because they're going to be close to my face. I'm going to take these over to my sewing machine now and sew them again. I'm sewing again at a 3/8 inch seam allowance, but this time I'm going to do back stitching to make sure to secure the stitch. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew the other side again, doing the 3/8 inch seam allowance. I'm going to go ahead and trim my threads. And now we're going to go ahead and cut some length of elastic. And I have a bobby pin to help me string it through the 2 holes here that were created. Cut it the right way. So I'm going to cut at least 7 inches. Cut it a little bit longer than that. And now I'm just going to tie a knot around this so I can get it through. Just going to tie a knot in it for the moment, just so that I make sure that it doesn't fall back through while I am putting the other one in. And if you don't have any spare elastic like I do lying around, you can always cut a hair tie that you have, or before you sew this closed, You can also sew the hair tie in here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and test the fit before I decide to sew this together or spin it around to the inside. Seeing that it fits perfectly, I know that the measurements I did were awesome. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and loosen out this elastic just a little bit because it's a little too tight. And there you have it. Once I do this, then I have the perfect mask and I don't have to worry. It's thick enough, I can't see through it. So I know that it will protect me while I'm in the